we're speaking about in terms of losing 20 pounds, but I'm going to tell you the worst you can go by is your weight. Weight is the worst indicator of progress that you can use. Okay, so you might be thinking, wait a second, you're saying about how to lose 20 pounds, without boring exercise and eating loads. Again, that can happen for sure, but I don't want you to be using weight as your indicator. It could be 20 pounds, it could be 25 pounds, it could be 6 pounds, it could be whatever, but I want you to use other indicators of progress instead, okay? The reason weight is not a good indicator is weight is impacted by so many different things, okay? Weight is impacted by things like, water retention, for females, 3 weeks out of every 4, basically your body is all over the place, and the weight can be all over the place. It depends on what way your digestion is and what way your food is, what you've eaten. Some foods digest faster than others. So it depends on so many different factors. And as I said, this is where it might sound a bit strange for you to hear me say that, weight is not something that you should be going by. Weight is not a good indicator, but again, this is the fact. This is why you shouldn't go by it. The things that you should be going by are, you should be going by tape measurements. That's actual tape measure around, say, like your waist, around your hips, around your thighs, your arms, your chest, back area. You should be going by your clothes. And if you have someone who can take a skin fold calipers body fat test, get that done as well. That's the most accurate indicator of body fat levels. Okay? Does that make sense, everyone, in terms of why weight's not a good indicator? Anyone got any questions about that? Because it is an important starting point in this call. So again, look, the reason that you're on this call is you want to transform your body. You may have been hooked in by the whole 20 pounds, losing 20 pounds. Maybe it's you're bored of your exercise and you want to know, how can you do this without boring exercise? Maybe you're eating like a bird or eating loads of food you hate, and you're thinking, God, I can eat loads and still get in shape. You can do those things. What I'm going to be sharing with you over the course of these 3 webcasts, these live trainings, are going to show you how exercise does not have to be boring, anything but, and also with food, you should be able to eat a lot of food. It's just down to how you structure it, okay? But what I want you to really zone in on is, I want you to focus on your body, the change in your body. The reason that you're on the call, the reason that you're unhappy with your current shape is exactly that. It's because of your shape. It's how you look. It's how your body looks. It's the amount of fat in your body. It's the amount of muscle tone you have or don't have. It's the way your clothes are fitting. It's how your body is making you feel. If you haven't trained in a while, you're out of shape, you're obese even, you're going to feel lethargic, you're going to feel lack of energy, you're not going to feel good. Okay? Does that make sense, everyone? Again, type in the question box. It's important for me to see interaction here. I want to make sure for everyone that it's making sense, because the whole weight thing is really important. Really important again for me to get people to get to grips with that, okay? So as it says, 3 live webcasts. We're going to be covering a lot of information. Make sure you make all 3. If you happen to miss any of them, make sure you grab the recording. There will be limited time recording available. I'm doing these calls just over this 2-week period. It's a special opportunity for you to get intense training from me, and it's important that you take advantage of it, okay? Few things that I want to go through is, the whole thing about this is, we're here because we want to change our body. We want to change possibly our health. There are various reasons you're on this, but the whole bottom line is you want to embrace life and live fully. And if you're not in good health, if you're not in the body of your dreams, you're not embracing life and you're not living fully. And you're never going to feel happy, fulfilled. Your life will never be as fun as it should be. You won't feel that vibrancy you have when you're in the right place, and you're not going to achieve success the way you should either. Like, there's 4 main areas of life. You've got your relationships. That's with relationship with yourself, of course, but also with others, or be family, friends, spouses, partners, colleagues at work. You have your body, mind, health, which again we focus a lot on our body shape, but also there's our health, how it makes her feel, our energy, our mindset, our clarity, our memory, all these different things. You've got your professional life, what you want to achieve in your career, and you've got your wealth, so in terms of your wealth, which gives you freedom. And the bottom line is, if you get control over all areas of your life, you're going to achieve all you want. You achieve whatever you want in life, but you have to take action. It's like you being on this call right now. You've taken action to be on. You could be doing something else. You could have prioritized something else completely, but you didn't. You're actually on this call. So, you can be very proud of yourself, the fact that you were actually on this. And as I said, you took action to be on this, to make a difference in your life. And that's how you get results. You get results by taking action. Okay, so this is what is important with what I'm going to share with you on this particular call. And it rests with you. The responsibility is with you. Okay, so make sure again you focus on that fact. You be very clear that you're the person who's in control of your life. You're the person who's in control of your destiny. You're in control of what way your body is, your body shape, and it's up to you to make the necessary steps to get yourself to where you want to be. A few things quickly: turn off your phone, turn off your Skype, close all web pages. I want you to really focus now for the amount of time that we're going to have on this training, this first training. Close all the web pages. Have a pen and paper, write lots of notes. Also in the questions chat function, type in any questions you may have. So again, I can answer them for you. And make sure you just focus. Focus for this call. This training is going to contain strategies that will allow you to create your body for life. And what's really crucial to keep remembering is, every morning you're handed 24 golden hours, and they're one of the few things in the world that you get free of charge. If you have all the money in the world, you couldn't buy an extra hour. This is why you need to treasure your time. You need to, really prioritize your time, and value your time. So what are you going to do with this priceless treasure? Are you going to waste it? Are you going to, over the next few weeks or months, are you going to really grab it by the throat and really get control of your life and your body, mind, and health, and change things forever? Because time's ticking and it doesn't slow down. So the secret, what's the number one secret? The number one secret is my formula for success for body transformation. And it rests with 4 key areas, the 4 key areas that we're going to cover over the course of these 3 free and live webcasts. First one's your mindset. It's very important to create a success mindset. Get very clear on how to do that. If you haven't got the right mindset, then you're not going anywhere. Okay, it's so crucial that you get the right positive mindset, you wipe out negativity, you know where you're going, you're in the zone, and you achieve what you want. Exercise, of course. You need to exercise, but how do you exercise? What's effective exercise? What are the myths that are out there? What's the truth? So I'm going to cover a lot about the exercise. Third part of the formula is nutrition. So what should you eat? This is where there's so many conflicting opinions out there. People are so confused. Should they eat a lot? Should they eat very little? Should they eat protein? Should they not eat protein? High carb, low carb, high fat, low fat, vegan, meat eater, paleo, raw. There's just so many things out there. So, what should you be eating? What is it that you should be doing? And then sleep. Sleep is so crucial as well. So it's all of these areas. Sleep is where your body recovers. You can have the best exercise routine, the best nutrition, have a good mindset, but if you're not sleeping properly, you're not going to get the right results. And this is basically where you too can have your transformation. This is my transformation when I became Body for Life champion a number of years ago. And you too can do it, but it comes down to the formula. This is what I'm saying, the secret. You follow this, you be specific in this, you leave no stone unturned. You tick all the boxes, and everything I'm going to share with you over the next 3 webcasts, I can guarantee you're going to achieve the goals. You just have to, again, continuously take action. It's all about taking continuously progressive action. This is my transformation. This is where my life changed forever. I just want to tell you a little bit about me because, for many of you who are on, you may have heard about me from someone else. That's why you're on this call, or maybe you just saw one of our adverts. But it's important to know where I came from. So you can see that I'm just like you. I'm just like you, and I'm just where you were not that long ago. Because again, you're on this call because you're not happy with where you are, where your body is at, your energy is at, and you want to make a change. So with me, for instance, I grew up right up until I was about 17. I was in a bad way. In psychology, I was in a bad way. I had huge self-hatred. I had zero confidence. I had no self-esteem. I just hated everything about myself. And especially as a teenager, there were years I found particularly difficult, and years where I had many suicidal thoughts and came very close a number of times. But between one reason and another, I didn't. Maybe it's because, again, it was part of my journey. I was meant to go through those things. I was meant to experience that heartache and that torture as I grew up, because it served me well then to make my transformation, to be here now, to be able to share my experience and be able to relate to you. It's one thing I look back on that it has given me. It's given me the ability to be able to have empathy for other people and understand where they're coming from. Because again, I was in their shoes. Not everyone has to want to commit suicide, but I understand where when a person is completely disgusted in themselves, hates themselves, hates the way they look, hates the way they look in clothes, feel in clothes, and they need to change it. So that's helped me very well and served me in my career, which has been the last 20 years, helping people just like you to transform their bodies in a very short space of time, but most importantly, doing it so it lasts for life. So this was my turning point. This is what changed my life forever. And as I was so close to ending it all many times, I hated myself. And it was when a friend of mine kept at me and at me to get into the gym. And eventually, just to shut him up, I went into the gym. And I went into the gym and I never came out. And I was at the age of 17. And I only expected to go in and last maybe a couple of minutes, because in my head, a gym's just full of knucklehead bodybuilders. Here is this puny little guy going into the gym, hardly able to lift 2 kilos for a bicep curl, and it looked like a total fool. And I just go out, tail between my legs, and feeling miserable. But I went in, I loved it, loved the atmosphere. Of course, you have your knuckleheads, but it was nowhere near what I expected. Plus, the buzz I got from having done the workout was great. And this is where, for some of you who are not exercising right now, or maybe never have exercised, or just you're on a prolonged break from exercise, you need to exercise just for that effect, just for the feel-good factor. It just makes such a huge difference. Let me ask you guys a question, actually. Who here is exercising regularly right now? When I say regularly, I mean 3 times at least per week for the last, we'd say, 2 months even. So who here is doing that? You can type in the question box. Y or N? Just so I have a grip on where you are. Whether you're exercising, not exercising, what type of routine you have. So type it in for me. Okay, we have a reasonably active bunch. No one here is not exercise. Just a couple doing nothing, which is great. Thanks for sharing. And again, well done for sharing, because for many people, they're embarrassed to share and they won't share. So, fantastic that you've done that. So, we have a variety of people here who have done nothing for a long time. Some have done nothing ever, which is great to have you on. And we've got people up to exercising 6 days a week, some even twice a day. All right, so a broad spectrum of people, which is fantastic. That's what I like to see. So, I got in the routine of exercising. It made an impact on how I felt and how I felt in myself and so on. And I went into the career helping people. I wanted to share my information. I was always the type of person who liked to help people, even as a kid, helping people, helping out, making people laugh, making people feel good. It's just the way I was, even as I said, as a kid. And even what was amazing was looking back, how much I hated myself, how much I hated life, how unhappy I was inside. But to everyone else, I was a happy-go-lucky kid, and I was always laughing and joking and making them laugh, always doing goofy, stupid things to make other people laugh, because I suppose that was something that made me feel good and distracted me from how I was feeling about myself. Because I spent many, many nights, all the way up to being 17, crying in my room, wishing it would all end, hating every second. Anyone on the call actually relates to that. I won't necessarily call you out on it, but just so I can know, just type in the question box. Anyone experience anything similar? So that's how my childhood went. So it's pretty horrendous, but the gym changed things for me. When I went into having a career in the fitness industry, that's where I decided, look, I need to be a proper role model. Even though I was healthy and active and stuff like that, I was a good role model in most people's eyes. To me, I wasn't a proper role model, because I wasn't in the best shape of my life. I wasn't where I wanted to be. And that's where I started to see magazines about the body for life and adverts and stuff like that, and the book by Bill Phillips. And I saw it and I read about transformations, got the DVDs, saw what people had done, saw the impact it was making on their lives, and not just on their body, but on every area of their life. And I decided, look, if I'm going to do this career seriously, I'm going to truly inspire people all over the world like I wanted. I need to be a role model. I need to get my best body for life, and then I have that story, I have that experience to pass on to others. Again, I can empathize because I will have gone through it, versus just having the knowledge like so many trainers. So many trainers they have great knowledge, but they have no understanding of what getting in great shape is all about, how to even do it. They might be in decent shape, but never in great shape. So it's it was a wonderful journey for me, and especially, setting the plan, deciding what I was going to do, following it step by step. Again, you need a step-by-step plan. Again, I studied everything about the Body for Life program itself at the time. I looked at what might reacted well in my body with my genetics, because we all have different genetics, different body types. Designed a step-by-step plan to follow for nutrition and exercise and sleep and everything, because at the time I had quite a busy life work-wise, so I had a lot to fit in. Followed it, and long story short, got to where I wanted to be. I was 15% body fat to start. I ended up at 5% body fat. I had a mere 7 pounds of fat on my body. I gained 26 pounds of muscle in this 12-week period, and I lost 14 pounds of fat. Pretty incredible results for such a short period of time, but it shows the power of a plan, shows the power of having step by step. And I got one of my own coaches. Again, I had a team of trainers at the time in one of my facilities, and I got one of them to be my coach. So, having a coach makes a difference. For me, it was just a case of having someone there just to make sure I got everything out of me. For someone else, it might be that they need education, need the program plans. Like a lot of my clients, that's what they need me for, as well as motivation. I didn't need the motivation, I didn't need the exercise routines, I knew that stuff. I just need someone there to make sure I got that little bit extra out of myself. That, it's impossible for anyone to go right to the very limit. So I was announced Body for Life champion, and then from there on, I've been able to inspire people. I've coached many Body for Life champions since then, and just people all over the world to transform their body. And I'm not telling you all this stuff to impress you, go look at me, look at my transformation and stuff like that. What I'm doing it for is I want you to see that, you can come from a place where you hate yourself, you can come from a place where you've no confidence, you've no belief that you can never make something of yourself, and you can turn it around completely. But what's key is you need to take action. You need to take consistent action. You need to follow a proper plan, step-by-step plan, and follow it exactly. Does that all make sense, everyone? Again, just to get some feedback. Like, I hope that was helpful to you. Again, as I say, it's not to impress you, it's just to impress upon you that you too can do it. Again, I'm just like you. The difference is I did it. Now it's your turn. It's your turn to do it. So just a little bit of feedback on that. Just type in the question box for me. Jane, thanks for sharing that with me. Again, obviously I knew a good bit about it from working with you, but again, always great for you to share it. Okay, nice comments coming in. Thanks, guys. Just going to get some water. Keep them coming. Okay, cool. All right, good stuff. Okay, so that's my story. So, let's push on. So with the rest of training number 1, to make sure that you're on all the trainings, okay? Or if you can't make one, get on the recordings. Very, very important. There's just this 2-week window to avail of this type of training from me. All right. So there's the 4 areas like I discussed. You got your mindset, you got exercise, you got nutrition, you got sleep. So we're going to be covering on this initial one. We're going to be covering a lot about mindset. I'll explain why in a second, and we're going to just touch on exercise. And then the second, we're going to go on to exercise in more depth and a lot about nutrition. And the third one, we're going to finish nutrition, and then we're going to go on to sleep, and then do like a recap of the whole thing. And Q&A in each of these calls. So make sure, again, ask questions throughout. Very important that you do so, because remember, these calls, these trainings are about you. They're not about me. And it's not good for me to just be talking all the time and sharing info. It's important for you to interact as well. Okay, so interact as much as you can. Questions, comments, and so on would be really appreciated. And not just for me, for your benefit. Because if you're just sitting back listening, you're not going to take it in as well as if you are engaging and interacting. That makes sense, everybody? Again, just let me know you're still there, still awake, still listening. Type a wire into the question box for me. Okay, so I want to make sure, again, you're still on board, still up to here. Come on, guys, everyone type it in. Otherwise, I'll assume you're not listening. You don't want me thinking that. So type it in for me. It's just, again, a quick Y. Alright, good. Okay, anyone that hasn't done it, again, start typing it in, okay? Alright, more interaction, as I said, we can have the better. Alright, so we're going to go on to mindset first. Most important thing when you're looking to transform your body, which you basically are, whether you want to lose 20 pounds, 50 pounds, 6 pounds, or as I said earlier, more importantly, look at things like tape measure, your clothes, body fat measurements, stuff like that. Your energy, for some of you it's energy. Some of you it might be a case of, you're not in great shape, but a member of your family has contracted disease, maybe even died from it, and you've decided you're not going to go down that route, so you're going to take control back of your body, mind, health, and do something about it. Whatever your reason is, the key thing is you're here, make use of the information I'm going to share with you. First thing you have to know is you have to know your why. You have to be completely clear on what your why is. So do you know what your why is? Because if you're not, you need to start thinking about it. Why are you on this call? Why are you so desperate to transform? If you don't have a powerful enough why, you're not going to ever achieve it. Because it's grand and all saying, I want to be in great shape, I'd love to be in great shape, but really, why? Why? What exactly is the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? What does it feel? What's the pleasure? What's the pleasure that's there for you? Why is it you want it so badly? Like, again, if I go back to my own story, I said I was suicidal, I had no confidence, I had no self-esteem. In terms of interacting with girls and that was torture. Even just being in the same room as them, my mind was playing tricks and going crazy, thinking they were looking at me and going, oh, look at that guy, he's so rotten looking and ugly and all that, because I grew up thinking I was completely ugly. That's again how low my self-esteem was. So my pot of gold was to get into my best body, which I knew would impact my confidence, my self-esteem, how I looked, my body language, even like that for girls and all, the impression, the body language I would give off. And also for my career, as I said, it was huge for my career. I knew it would prove that I could do it, and it would give me a whole story and angle to help people, inspire people, motivate people to make their change. And it would prove that I could do it. So what's your why? What is the reason? Again, start typing them into the question box for me. So like, what's your why? You have to have a why. If you don't have a why, it's going to be very hard for you to ever achieve what you're trying to do. You're just going to be aimlessly training and following a certain nutrition plan without exactly knowing why you're doing it in the first place. So it's absolutely crucial for you to be very clear on your why. Maybe it's for maybe your grandkids or even your own kids, and you're getting to an age now where you need to play with them, you need to interact with them, you need to move around with them. You're going to be demanding it more, and physically you're not able for it at the moment. And one, you don't want the embarrassment of it. Two, you don't want to just have the feel of not being able to do it, and you don't want to let them down either. And you don't want to miss out on all the fun, which obviously is what playing with the kids will be. So it could be that. Want to live longer, a good one. So longevity is a big one. Longevity should be a big one for everybody. So thanks for that. That's great, Jane. Someone else put in about live longer as well. Actually, Robin, you can put in about living longer. Live longer, healthier life, and to be able to enjoy the physical times with my children. Exactly what I was saying about. So well done, Robin, for putting that in. Brilliant. Because, it's so important. Sometimes kids or grandkids are a wake-up call for adults, and, shouldn't get to that stage, but if there's a wake-up call and it's taken, at least that's something. So, that might be your goal. You might just sick to death of just feeling disgusted. Sick to death of what you see in the mirror, putting on your clothes. There might be nothing to do with other people. It might be just purely the fact that you are sick to death, sick to the teeth of what you're putting up with each and every day. To make myself feel better and be happier in my own skin. Great. And what I'm going to stress here as well, guys, is it's very important you focus on what you want, okay? It's not about what anyone else wants. You need to focus on what it is that you want, okay? Because I see so many people, and they listen to other people, they listen to what people are saying to them, listen to their advice on what they should look like, what their body should be like, what their clothes should be like. They're getting too thin, they're getting too fat. You know what you look like, you know what you feel like. If you're not happy with how you feel and how you look, do something about it. Ignore everyone else. And another thing as well that you are going to experience as you go through this journey, you're going to experience people pulling you down. You're going to experience people telling you that, you're not going to get there, or you're not looking well, or what's that you're doing, or pulling it apart if it's not something that they apparently agree with. What I can pretty much guarantee you in 99% of the cases, that's jealousy. When you start to do something that others would like to do, you are getting them to feel guilty about themselves. You are moving outside your comfort zone, which shows what they should be doing, but they just haven't got the urge, haven't got the balls, haven't got the desire, haven't got the why. There's some reason why they're not doing it, but you are making them feel bad, so they want to bring you down. So it's very important you learn to have a thick skin. It's very important you stop listening to people or picking up stuff from people, because it sounds crazy, it sounds terrible, but even your family members can be the worst to bring you down. And again, it's just a natural jealousy. And again, it doesn't make sense. It's so surprising for it to happen, but again, it's the reality. It's what happens, and it's just crucial for you to get that thick skin so that you can fight against it and just keep your tunnel vision. Be very clear on what you want to achieve. Be very clear and just have that tunnel vision of what it is you want and go for it. Do nothing. Don't let anything stop you. Don't let anything at all stop you. You keep going till you achieve your goal, and don't rest until you've got it, because there is nothing more valuable than being in the best body that you can create. There's nothing more valuable than having that energy, that vitality, that the energy to do whatever you want. Losing the lethargic nature, waking up fresh as a daisy. Being able to try on certain clothes, just feeling comfortable, feeling confident, feeling great with other people. Having great self-esteem. Again, your self-esteem, self-image are absolutely crucial to how you feel overall. That makes sense, everybody? You can just type into the question box for me, or chat box. Just not sure which you're seeing. Is it saying chat or question? So just let me know again if that all makes sense to you. Alright, good. Okay, so it's very important for you to be totally clear on your why. Okay, 100% clear on what is your why. Write it down. These are things you should be writing down right now. What is your why? What is it you're looking to achieve? What's that? What's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? As I said, for me, it was to have that career, have that story for my career, again, which has been very successful for 20 years, all based and all kick-started by that story, that experience that I was able to share. And then also for myself, to feel good within myself. So be very clear on your why. Okay, everyone good with that? Everyone clear enough on their why? Again, make sure you write these things down. Again, it's more workshop style than just you listing, okay? I want to make sure again that you have a plan in place. I want after these 3 calls that you have everything written down that you need. You have your plan in place. Okay, great. Alright. Next thing you need to do is you need to, you've decided what you want, why you want it. You need to get completely clear on what it is exactly. And then you need to get clear on what are the steps along the way. Okay? Now, as I said, it's important for us to start the mindset, alright? Because you might be wondering, and your impression might be right, I'm going to lose 20 pounds, without boring exercise and eating loads. Oh God, I must be going to hear a lot about exercise and nutrition and stuff like that. But let me tell you this. If you don't create a success mindset, if you don't get your mindset in the right place, you are not going to achieve your goals. And I don't care how much exercise you do, I don't care how well you eat, you are not going to achieve your goals if you don't get your mind right. It's so crucial for you to have a success mindset, okay, as I call it, because you must basically see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of your goal, as Napoleon Hill said in his book, Think and Grow Rich. And it doesn't just apply to get rich, it applies to everything. You must see, feel, and believe yourself already in the goal. You must have control of your thoughts. You must be able to block out the negative, create a positive environment, wipe out negative thoughts, eliminate negative people from your life, or at least learn to deal with them. These things are crucial if you're going to truly achieve success. If you're going to truly achieve that body transformation. Because as I said a while ago, you are going to have people who are going to be bringing you down. They're going to be doing everything they can to bring you down. And you need to be thick enough in your skin, you need to be clever enough in your mind to fight against it and realize if I'm taking the right steps in the right direction, if I'm ticking all the right boxes, I'm going to get there. Okay? So this slide again just shows you it's important to have a plan, but you need to know what it is you're trying to achieve in the first place. What exactly, what and when? They're the 2 questions I'd ask you. So what exactly is it you want to achieve? Is it pounds you want to lose? Is it body fat? Is it tape? Is it to reach a certain clothes size? Be very specific. And when then in terms of what date? So how long are you giving yourself? Is this like a 4-week target? Is it a 6-week? Is it a 12-week? Is it a 6 month, a year, 5 years? What is it you're looking to achieve? So I want you to write down a date. So write down a when and write down a what. It's important that that is very specific. Because if you don't know where you're going to and where you're aiming for, it's going to be very hard to ever achieve what it is you want to achieve. It's like, say, when I was in Ireland, if I was to set out, like, let's just say again, I'm in England right now, I'm in Liverpool. If I was to go to Edinburgh, if I didn't know I was going to Edinburgh, if I just knew I had to go, somewhere up north of Liverpool, somewhere up there, somewhere in Scotland, and I was setting off to get there, how long do you think it would take me to get to Edinburgh? With very little guidance. Just again, if you take people surfing online and stuff like that, reading conflicting opinions, speaking to a few people who had a bit of an idea of where Edinburgh was but weren't certain, so I'm going here, there, and everywhere. And I didn't even know I was going to Edinburgh. I just going somewhere up there. How long do you think it's going to take me to actually get there, if ever? This is why it's important to be totally clear on what your goal is. You need to be 100% clear what is it exactly that you're trying to achieve. And this is why you need to have a what and a when, because you need to have that accountability of having a date on it. Because when you have a date on it, then there's that added pressure for you to make sure that you achieve it. So to make sure you achieve it within that time span. And a what then is you need to know exactly what it is you are aiming to achieve. Derek, thanks for sharing that. So you're looking to get to about 15% body fat from about 23. So yeah, probably looking at, depending if you're doing this totally on your own, you're probably looking at about 3 months, 6 months, something like that. But if for a guy under 15 is what you want to get to, that's a reasonably healthy weight, or sorry, body fat level. You're going by a scale. It depends if it's the bioimpedance where you're holding or you're standing on something. It's not that accurate, but look, it gives you an indicator. Okay, definitely take tape measure and definitely go over your clothes as well, your energy, all those kind of things. Okay, so obviously, like for everyone, the more guidance you have, the better. It all helps. So people are coaches. That's why again I've had coaches of various types for different parts of my life for the last 20 years. So get very clear on what it is you're trying to achieve, where it is you're trying to actually go. And then what's important after that is, what are the steps you have to take along the way? What is it you need to do? It's like if I want to go upstairs, up to the bedroom, I know I want to go to that bedroom. I know in detail, I know I want to get into that bed, underneath the covers, put my head in the pillow, go to sleep. So it's very definite, okay? But how do I do it? I need to know the steps along the way. I need to know what steps to go up. So if I can get on the first step of the stairs, then I can get the second step, third step, might even be able to jump to the fifth step, and eventually I'm up in my room, and I'm in the bed, and I'm cozy, and I've achieved my objective. Same here with your goal. You need to be very, very clear on what it is you're trying to achieve. That's where the what and the when comes in. And then take the steps along the way. But you need to know what the steps are. And not know the step just before you reach your goal, but what's the very next step? Like, I'm sure for every single person on the call right now, you could do something to move your transformation forward. You can do something to take that first step to get yourself closer to your goal of that ideal dream body that you want. That confidence, that self-esteem, being attractive, priceless. It might just be a simple thing if you're going to decide right now what time you're going to train tomorrow. It might be a case of sending a text to someone to say, hey, let's go for a walk, or let's go to the gym. There's something you can do right now. Might even just grabbing your gym clothes, throw it on the end of the bed or in a bag so it's ready for the morning. Renew your gym membership if you want to work out in the gym. Go buy some equipment for at home if you want to work out at home. There's many different things you can do even right now. Write out what you're going to do tomorrow. While you're listening, do a few press-ups and squats. There's something you can do to move your life forward. If you're just about to put some crisps or chocolate or something or ice cream into your mouth, stop. Again, there's always something you can do to take the next step. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? You can get the next step. So what I want you to do is to write down what is your next step. And if you can take it, take it. When you take that, what's the one after that? What's the next step after that? And have a little think about what are the steps along the way to get to your goal. What's most important is what is the next step. That's what matters most. What is the next step? And you need to ask yourself that all the time. Does that make sense, everybody? Okay, just confirm for me. once again, it's important for me to know that, again, this is clear for you, and it's benefiting you too, of course. Because like I said from the start, this is about you. This is about helping you to achieve your goals. So make sure you've got your what and your when of what it is you're trying to achieve, and make sure you know what the next step is. What is the very next step that you're trying to achieve? And also, what are the steps along the way? Now, next thing we're going to talk about is planning, okay? So you plan a little bit there in terms of, where you're going, what steps you need to take, what's the next step. But it's important for you to, plan each day in advance. Okay, in terms of your exercise and your food especially, and even your sleep, it's important you plan how you're going to factor it all in. So it's like with the exercise, what, where, when, who, with, various things like that. And just from a psychological point of view, when you wake up and you've got a plan in place, you know what you're doing for the day, then you're going to have a better chance of achieving it than when you wake up and you go and wing it. Again, it applies to everything you do in life. It's like me setting off again in the car to go to Edinburgh. If I go into Google and type, find the map from here to there, I can print it off and I can plan for where I'm going. I can plan for any deviations or detours I might make. I can plan for when I might make a stop. So, you plan. Planning is key. So make sure again you're all the time, incorporate a plan. It's very important. And as the saying goes, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. The more days you're winging it, the slower you're getting towards your goal. That's a fact. You need to have a plan. You need to take the right action. You need to keep doing it consistently. So I recommend you every single evening take 5 minutes or 10 minutes just to plan out the next day. Plan out the next 24 hours. And plan out everything in terms of your exercise, your nutrition, your sleep, your work, your kids if you have any, time for you, any extracurricular activities, anything like that. Plan it out. And also plan what you're going to do again with your exercise, with your nutrition. The more organized you are, the better able you're going to be to achieve success. The more receptive your brain's going to be. So make sure again you take the time to plan. Very important. You must imagine, you must believe, and then you'll achieve. As I said, like Napoleon Hill said, see, feel, and believe yourself already in possession of the goal. You need to work on your mindset. You need to work on stopping the negative thoughts going in and put more positive thoughts in. The one big step I would tell you to do is get away from TV, especially news, get away from newspapers, unless you just want to read some sport on the back page, and get away from the radio, unless you're listening to music, but typically, some form of uplifting music, okay? Because anything that's negative, anything that's going to bring you down, is going to, make you less likely to achieve your goal, because you have that negativity. You have that negativity in your head. You have those negative thoughts that are, driving you down, making you feel bad, making you not want to exercise, not wanting to eat well. And also giving you those doubts that you're not going to achieve your goal anyway. And if you don't believe you're going to achieve your goal, more often than not, you might think, what's the point? I won't bother exercising, I'll watch some series on TV or Netflix. Or I'll have a cup of ice cream instead of a salad. What's the point? So you must believe, and sometimes it can be really hard to believe what you're trying to achieve. But you must believe in it, because when you have a proper structured plan, when you're following something step by step and you have guidance, I can basically guarantee you're going to achieve your goal. You must believe it's going to happen. Because it will. The reason most people don't achieve their goals and don't get in great shape, especially, which is the main topic of these 3 calls, the reason they don't is they're not consistent. They may not even make a start, and they're doing all kind of fad diets and stuff like that. There's nothing consistent. There's no focus on lifestyle. It's just now. It's just quick fix. That's why they're doing it. But that's why most people aren't in good shape. And this is where you can become one of the minority. You can become one of the people who do get in great shape and do get your ideal body and do get to experience all the wonderful benefits of doing so. So you must believe that you're going to get there. And use your common sense. If you're exercising every day and you're eating well, especially if you're doing the right type of plan, you can't. It's impossible for you not to get there. It's completely impossible for you not to get there. And even if it's slow for someone, there's reasons. In case you're just finding the reasons. Okay, that makes sense? Because it's an important point. People can be just training away good up all the time, but they don't really believe it. And when you don't believe it, the thing is, if you create a picture in your mind, if you picture in your mind of what you want to achieve, and you see it all the time, this is the power of visualization, you are more likely to achieve it. So it's important for you to see what you want. And even if it's a case of cutting out a picture of a male or female body of what you want to look like and putting your head on it, or just having their body and just imagine your head in it, do that. Alright? Write out your goal statement, write out what you want to achieve. Whatever you need to do to create that mental environment where you believe you're going to achieve it, you need to do it. It's absolutely crucial. It has a huge impact on whether you achieve your results or not. Because your thoughts become reality. Think about it. When you have negative thoughts, when you've negative ideas, how does your day go? Is it a positive one or a negative one? What about a day where you feel amazing? You have great news, you feel good, good vibrations. How does your day go? Again, usually amazing. It's the same here with your thoughts. You need to create that positive mental environment so that you believe it's going to happen. And once you believe it is going to happen. Because your mind is going to create the reality of what you're believing, what you're seeing in your mind. It's really important for you, as I said, to see abundance, to see your success, to see yourself in amazing shape. It's important to see all of that, because the more you're thinking it, the more you're seeing it, the more you're believing it, the quicker you're going to get the results. Okay, so incorporate meditation, visualization, stuff like that into your training and into your daily routines. And I'd love to go through more detail about those and what to do and even do one, but we only have these 3 webcasts, these 3 hours, so it's so much I can fit in. So check those things out yourself. Crucial, never give up. Never listen to naysayers. Naysayers will wreck your head. There are loads of people who want to bring you down, as I said earlier. We need to get better and better at ignoring the naysayers and the negative people, because you're just making them jealous. Look at the person who's saying something to you, and if they're not a person who you can see as a role model, who you can see as someone who inspires you to become them, if that isn't the case, then don't listen to them. If someone fat is telling you you're eating, you're going to get fat with what you're eating, or if you're eating lots of salad stuff, it's all birdseed, it's not good for you, or you're not looking that good. Look at the person. If they're not really a person that you can respect really from that perspective, or use a role model, then take it with a pinch of salt. Because again, you're more likely making them feel bad about themselves. That's why. That's why they're saying it. And that can become a bit unbelievable, especially if it's a family, which a lot of time it is, unfortunately. But things you have to stand up and be counted and do what it takes to achieve what you want to achieve. And as it says here, never give up. Never, ever, ever give up. Always go for your dreams. And it's very important as well that every day, we talk about exercising, and of course exercise forms a big part of your routine and about you getting in great shape and looking great, tone your body. It's important to have at least 3 days a week, 8 up to 6, or even some doubles. But every bit as important as it is to work your mind. It's absolutely crucial that you work your mind, work it consistently, work it daily. Because if you don't, this is where negative thoughts are going to get in. This is where you're going to create a negative mental environment. This is where you're going to not go train some days when you should, not eat what you should sometimes. And again, I go back to the believe, see if you can believe yourself in possession of the goal. If you don't work your mind, you're not going to believe it's going to be possible. There's no hope. So for that reason as well, it's important to do mindset exercise every single day. What I recommend to people is read your goal statement. That should have like your what and your when. So just to read that out yourself. Visualize. So just take a couple of minutes to close your eyes, listen to soothing music if you want, and just relax your mind. And see yourself in possession of the goal. See yourself in that body. See yourself Feel yourself. See how you feel. Feel how you feel. Look at the confidence. You can see yourself in front of yourself. See the confidence there. See the difference in body language, the vibration. All those things. Self-esteem. So work on that. Positive mind feed, as I said, decrease or eliminate papers, radio, TV. Instead, add in personal growth. Personal growth, motivation. Could be just going to YouTube and typing motivation or inspiration into the search, and then watching videos on that. It might be books. It could be audio programs for as you're walking or doing certain work. Whatever it might be, work your mind. Okay, if you don't use it, you're going to lose it. It goes to your mind. It goes for everything. So it's very important for you to do that. Okay. Is that clear for everybody? Is everyone clear enough now on how important the mind is and what they need to do to create a success mindset? Now, of course, this is a training that I often do with people. It could be for days. I've done events on this. So I've fitted in as much as I could there for the last 45 minutes or so. There's obviously a lot more to it, but what's key is what I've shared with you is enough for you to achieve a big improvement. A big improvement. Just a case of you actually doing it and following through on it. Okay, everyone good with that? Everyone clear enough on the mindset side of things? You can type the wire and end into the chat box. Alright, good. Right, we're going to just touch on exercise before we finish off webcast number 1. Alright, so exercise. The key thing with exercise is how to exercise effectively, how to exercise correctly. So many people exercise, but they may still be sitting at home. You're not doing the right exercise. You're going to improve your health, but from a body transformation point of view, you are wasting your time. So it's crucial to learn how to exercise and how to exercise correctly. And exercise is a huge part of it. In terms of getting in shape, if you're not exercising and exercising consistently, you're never going to get tight and toned, ever. You have to do exercise. It's the only way to get tight and toned and burning calories and losing fat. And in general, just sculpting your body. You can't get lean sculpted without doing exercise. Okay, so firstly, what I want to do in today's call is just clear up a few of the myths with regards to exercise. Again, you get very clear on what the truth is, because the truth is out there, but it's hard to see with all the rubbish that's out there. And then also quickly, in terms of time, people saying don't have time for exercise. If you have time for Facebook, you have time for a workout. Pretty much everyone, I can't remember the stats, but the stats are pretty crazy. People spending up to 20-30 minutes. I think it's about 80% of Facebook account holders spends 20 to 30 minutes on Facebook a day. That's only, like a survey. Many of those spend 2, 3, 5, 6, 10 hours a day probably as well. So if you got time, you have time for a workout. I have put people through workouts that have lasted 10 minutes. You don't need exercise for long. That's only a myth. It's not about duration, it's about quality. So quality, not quantity. So if you even did 5 minutes or 10 minutes intense, like I'm going to share with you the type of routines for you to follow. If you do intense even for 5-10 minutes, you're going to have a difference. Now, if you're doing that 5-6 days a week for 4 weeks, you're going to have a difference at the end of that month. So it's not about the quantity, it's about quality. So let's cover a few myths before we wrap it up for this webcast number 1. Crunches and sit-ups, but no abs. Is that the case? You're doing hundreds of them or thousands of them, but still not getting any abs? That's a myth that hundreds of crunches a day will get you 6-pack abs. Truth is, crunches are a complete waste of time to make you even fatter looking. So let me explain that. What's happening here is, when you want to get abs, you want to get the muscle to show that's underneath. But underneath what? It's underneath the fat. If you have a load of fat in your stomach, or a layer of fat in your stomach, how are you ever going to expect to see your abs if you don't get rid of it? And how do you burn fat? You burn it by raising metabolism. And metabolism gets raised by proper exercise, including both resistance and cardiovascular, and also by proper nutrition. So these things are really crucial for you to get adequate results, get the results that you want, and to raise your metabolism. So you focus on raising metabolism. So you doing hundreds of thousands of crunches every day, that's not going to have much of an impact on your metabolism. It's just one muscle. You get far more benefit by doing something like squats. The squats are working all the lower body muscles, right from your toes basically all the way up along, and including your waist, because you have to use your core a lot to do a squat properly. Otherwise you would just flop forward. So they are a waste of time. They can make you look fatter too. If you don't get slimmer and you're doing loads of crunches, you're going to activate the muscles, because some of the ab muscles are very, very active, which means they're going to swell and get bigger, but the fat level is still above them, which means you're going to get even fatter in terms of how you look. You have a firm stomach, but you know that. You will look fatter. Okay, does that make sense? And the bottom line, just stop doing crunches. Stop wasting your time and energy on them. So all clear? Okay, great. Okay, good stuff. Alright, let's cover another one. Fat. The myth. Long duration fat burning zone cardio is the most effective fat stripper. Reality is it's not true. Steady long duration cardio can actually again even make you fatter. Alright? So I already covered one reason why you can get fat. This is another one. The bottom line is it's about intensity. If you think about it, just use your head, use your intelligence. If it was as easy to get in shape or get really lean and sculpted by just going for a walk or a jog a few days a week or even every day, wouldn't everyone look amazing? The reality is it takes a lot of work, it takes a lot of dedication, it takes a lot of sacrifice, it takes consistency, it takes getting over those mental challenges, the psychological challenges that you're going to get every swat. It's only human, it's going to happen. So it's a lot more to it than just doing some steady state fat burning zone cardio. And when we're speaking specifically of cardio, what's key is again more doing HIIT training or interval training. That's what really matters. And we're going to cover that a lot more. All exact blueprints for exercise routines that will work, that will strip fat, that will get you lean, that will sculpt your body. I'll be sharing exact blueprints in them in the second live webcast taking place this time next week. So make sure again to be on that and send your questions in advance. But the bottom line is you don't want to be doing steady state cardio unless the only purpose of it is if you're going running a marathon or a triathlon or it's part of your sport. But you're on this call, I'm sure, because you want to get in shape. So your main priority is getting lean. So that means that workout intensity. Don't do easy exercise. If it's easy, it's not doing anything for you. It's better than nothing, but it's not going to get you in great shape. Okay, that's your basic easy guideline for you to go by. So forget your fat burning zone, ignore all the fat burning zones in the gym and on the machines, long duration. For most people, time is precious as it is. They can't get time to exercise supposedly with their busy lives. So having to do long duration means it's nearly impossible. So instead, just aim for 15 minutes minimum, with up to 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour. You definitely do not need to exercise longer than an hour, and that's usually including warm-ups and cool-downs, maybe a bit of stretching too. Okay? In terms of making you fatter, your metabolism starts to drop from 25 years of age on. If you're doing the same steady state exercise all the time, you're not increasing your calorie burning. So we're used to burn a certain amount of calories at 25, you're burning similar with the same kind of workout at 35, but your calories being burnt overall by your metabolism are getting less. You might even be eating more, and that's how you get even fatter. So fat is going up to your body. Okay, that makes sense? So you invite to stay away from fat burning zone cardio. All makes sense, everybody? Okay, good stuff. Derek, do you have a question? Just type in question mark. If you have a question, just type it in for me. If you want to clarify what I was asking, was just that, do you understand the fat burning zone cardio, it's not effective? Okay, good. Yeah. Next we're going to cover is about this, that weight training makes you big and bulky. Now, who wants to look like these guys? Sure, none of you. But this is a myth that's out there. People think by doing weight training you're going to get big and bulky. So that's the myth. But the fact, well, the fact I'm going to be sharing with you at the start of our next webcast. So if you want to find out why weight training is crucial to getting lean and sculpted, and why weight training, resistance training will not make you like this, or what you need to do to not become like this, whether you're female like this one on the right, or you're like male on the left, make sure you tune into the next webcast and keep checking your emails for notifications over the next week. Hope that's been really helpful. I hope you understand better the importance of your mindset, and you got some benefit out of the exercises that we did in going through mindset. Let me know in the chat box. So again, was it beneficial for you? Did you learn something from it? Have you got some good takeaways? So give me some feedback there on it, just to make sure, again, I'm sharing with you what you want me to share, what you need me to share with you. So as I said, make sure again you're tuning in for the next one and the one after. And also really appreciate if you share details with your friends, family, contacts, because as you can see, this is the type of information everyone needs to hear. Now, just before I let you go, I want to let you know that I'm doing a very special offer during this 2-week period, and only during this 2-week period. This is why I'm willing to do these types of live trainings and give 3 of them where I'm going to share everything. For those, I've said earlier on about the accountability. I've said earlier on about having a step-by-step plan, something to follow, having coaching, having support. We all need it. When I did my Body for Life transformation, I needed one of my own trainers to help me and support me. And I've always had coaches throughout the years. And I want to work with you to help you achieve your own transformation, your own Body for Life. And reality is you can have all the information you want, but it's still really, really hard to do it on your own. Okay, so I want to make you a very special offer to become a member of my well-known Dave Sheahan home workout system, which has seen people transform all over the world. Hundreds of people have gone through the program and have achieved incredible results. So this program, I'm just going to touch on it briefly. Again, it contains 36 different workouts. So there's variety, there's progression, there's intensity. All those things I'm going to explain more in the next webcast as to why they're important and effective. But you get access to 36 different workouts, hundreds of different recipes, access to 24/7 support, so you can contact us anytime, hours of training videos in terms of, education on exercise, nutrition, sleep, mindset, exercise demos, exercising outside. So many different valuable tools and resources are on it. But I'm also giving you a bonus, massive bonus, giving you a bonus of access to my Formula for Success Body, Mind, Health program, which is a whole 12 weeks of coaching calls, whole 12 weeks of trainings, all recordings, and valuable resources and toolbox and ebooks and videos and all kinds of stuff. Walking through not just how to get in shape, but also how to create a proper mindset, how to create a proper lifestyle, proper health, just overall package. Just truly how to regain control of that body, mind, health area of your life. So you're going to get access to that, which is a $497 value. That's my Formula for Success program. You're also going to get access to the full recordings of one of my previous Formula for Success live events. These are 3-day events where both myself and experts around the world, experts in body, mind, and health, share with you everything we can about regaining control of your body, mind, and health, educate you in each of the areas, teaching you all the different strategies and tips that we only share with our clients, and helping you in every way to achieve everything that you want. That's got a value of $297. So you're going to get that as a bonus. So not only are you going to get lifetime access as well as lifetime access to Dave Sheahan home workout system, you're also going to get lifetime access to my Formula for Success Body, Mind, Health program, and also lifetime access to the full recordings of Formula for Success live, my 3-day event. And how much is your investment to get all this? It's only $97. $97, and just put the link in there into the chat box. If you want to go click that, you'll be brought to the sales page. You'll hear the video coming on, but just go below the video, click it's probably sign up now button, the yellow button, click it and follow the instructions and just get signed up. Derek, no, there wasn't anything on the screen. You just have the same slide. What I can do, I can pull up. Give me a second. I'm just going to show you what you're going to see. All right, this is what you're going to see. So you see the video popping up. So when you go to the link, I just put the link in the chat box. So that'll just play away. I'll just have it pause. So it's again a sales page for this program. Again, amazing program. But go to here. Get access now. It's $97. You get to see on this everything you're getting with this program. But the bottom line is, look at the bonuses alone. This is $97 for lifetime access to this program, which has transformed the lives of hundreds of people all over the world. Look at some of the transformations. You can see Gary above, Gary from New Zealand. Look at Kim. These are even in just 6 weeks. Look at Rick. And these are people as well, many of whom who've never exercised and not exercised in a long, long time. So you too can achieve whatever you want. You too can achieve your body of your dreams. You know, you can achieve optimal health, energy, everything. The bottom line is having the right tools, having the right structure, having the right program, having the right support. That is what everyone needs to get the body of their dreams in the fastest time possible. You know, it's a case where you can do things the fast way or the possibly never way. Because when you try to do things on your own and research things and try to put together a program and stuff like that, the chances of success are very slim. If you follow a path of someone that's already done it, again, like me, I've already achieved my transformation. I've already coached loads of people to become body for life champions. I've already coached hundreds of people around the world of all different body types and lifestyles. I've coached them all to achieve everything they want in life as well. Derek, you should be able to see. Could you not see the screen? You should be able to see Rick and Kim's photos right now. Can you not see it? Being on an iPad shouldn't make any difference. And everyone has confirmed because I'm looking at what you should be able to see, and it's showing me their pictures. So it should be working. That's strange, Derek. Basically, I put the link in. If you can click the link that's in the chat box, you'll see the web page I'm talking about. You get to see the transformations. That should definitely show up on your iPad. I'm just going to put the link in there again for you. Oh, must have put something in wrong. So click the link, it'll be bringing to sales page. Just press the middle of the video if you want the video to stop playing. The bottom line is, you're going to get lifetime access for $97. You get lifetime access to my Dave Sheahan home workout system, all future upgrades and additions. You're going to get lifetime access to my Formula for Success Body, Mind, Health Transformation Program. 12 weeks again, lifestyle, body, mind, health, all those areas. And also you're going to get access to, for life, to my Formula for Success live event training. That's every day was like 8 hours, so about 24 hours of footage of not just me, but some of the top body, mind, health experts from around the world will have join us and do very special coaching sessions and give away many free gifts as well, which you'll also get access to. They give away many free gifts to all our attendees. Alright, so before we wrap it up, just want to see, has anyone got any questions about what I just offered? And again, just if you're serious about transforming your body, doing it fast, and doing it for life, you should be on this program. I can't think of any real reason why you wouldn't sign up for this, apart from those obviously who are already members of my program, are already working with me, and have access to Dave Sheahan workout system and Formula for Success program and everything else. Besides that, I can't give any real reason because, as I said, you can do things the fast way or the never way. So any questions, just type them in. Thanks for all the feedback that's been coming in over the last 15 minutes or so about the whole presentation. Glad it's been helpful for you. Glad you felt the benefit. And I said it's the first of 3. So I'm looking forward to sharing number 2 with you at the same time next week. So any final thoughts or questions? Again, I hope that was beneficial for you. Okay, we're all good. So just remember, if you're serious about achieving results, get on board Dave Sheahan home workout system. You ain't going to find anything better. It's been a pleasure being on with you. It's been a pleasure sharing with you and sharing my own personal story, as well as sharing valuable information on the mindset. And we touched on the start of the exercise. Make sure you put into practice what I taught you, and go out there, take action, do it now. What's the next step? As I said on the call, what is your very next step? Go out and do it. Okay, so it's Dave Sheahan here. I look forward to speaking to you on our second of our 3 live trainings on this topic. Tune in next time, next day, for next one on the same day, same time, and please share details of these trainings with everyone that you know. Okay, Dave Sheahan here. Speak to you soon.